livestock circus, and they were both full, and I was having a honeymoon. Everything was lovely and going nice. And then October 1st, my young associate minister said, "Henry, I'd like to be ordained in this church." And I said, "Well, why don't you be ordained in your home church?" That's the usual thing. He said, "Oh, no, they would never ordain me in a million years." And I said, "Why not?" He said, "Because I'm from Houston, Texas." I said, "Well, what that got to do with it?" He said, "Well, when I read my statement of faith to the Board of Deacons and seek approval to have counsel to ordain me, I'm going to come out of the closet and declare that I am gay." And I've worked here 3 years. I've built up a youth program. I've preached. I've been in everybody's home to dinner. And the people know me, and I think it's possible that they might accept me as I am. But I don't want to destroy your whole ministry, because if I say I'm gay, it's just people are going to go outraged, and the whole going to blow your church to pieces. So we had this conversation, and he told me about his life and his struggles, and he said, "I think I want to be ordained and be fully honest about who I am." And I said, Bill Johnson, I can't disagree with you, Bill. Everyone should be honest about who they fully are. And later, Time magazine ran a story on the ordination of the first gay man. And the heading in Time magazine was, "Is honesty the best policy?" So October 10th, Bill read his statement of faith to my Board of Deacons, 12 men and women. Some of them young, some of them old. The oldest one was 82, a charter member of the church. And Bill read his eloquent statement of faith, and at the end he said, "I dedicate my life to the liberation of oppressed people." And this was in the middle of the civil rights movement. He said, people of color, women need to be recognized, and gay people of whom I am one. And they gasped, and then they asked him a lot of questions. And then we sent him out of the room. And the chairman of my board was an atomic scientist from Stanford University who helped design the linear accelerator. And he said something that you would not expect a scientist to say. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen, this decision we make tonight has worldwide implications, and we can't make this decision without the influence of the Holy Spirit. And I'm asking you for 10 minutes to think about what the Holy Spirit wants you to do." So we all sat there, 10 minutes of silence, and then we took the vote. And the vote was unanimous to ordain Bill Johnson. And then we sent it up to the state conference, and the committee on the ministry got it. "Oh, this is horrible. It'll destroy the church. Everybody will be upset." And so they sent it back to the church for 2 years of study. We studied human sexuality for 2 years. But it didn't destroy us. And I preached, in the course of 2 years, I preached 6 sermons, believe it or not, on human sexuality. And I said, you know, people are literalists. They think you should literally believe the Bible. Why are these people not obeying the wisest man in the Bible? Solomon. King Solomon. He had 300 wives and 600 concubines. Where have we gone wrong? Anyway, we brought the congregations up out of their ignorance to love and accept people for who they honestly were. And then on June 10th, 1972, 40 years ago, the council was held, and all the churches sent delegates to my church on a warm Sunday afternoon, and they heard Bill's statement, and they voted almost unanimously that he was ordained